What's going on everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to have a deeper look on my account. So let's first begin with my class. I am playing a Shadow Hunter and I awakened 5 seals so far. I'm liking the one I want the most, being the global attack. I am balancing every level between my seals because it costs a lot of scrolls after to upgrade them. I bought 3 awakening crystal in the crossover arena shop. And I get 2 from different events, so I had to spend. And soon, I'm gonna have the last one and I'm gonna be able to awaken my class. Before, I was using an Arrowgod and then I decided to switch from the Arrowgod to the Shadow Hunter. In fact, it's for PvP because some players are playing a warrior and the warrior is gonna counter a lot. If you are playing an Arrowgod, you are gonna do more attacks and so you are gonna take more counter. But if you play a Shadow Hunter, you are gonna do less attacks, but if you have a high crit rate and combo, you are gonna deal more damage. And it would be even better if I had more crit rate. So these are my stats: 68% crit rate, 88% combo. I have 2300 crit damage, 1400 basic attack multiplier, 8400 combo multiplier. I have a 33% skill crit, 85% boss damage. And these are my final attributes. So let's start with my gear. As you can see on the screen, I still have 2 pieces of Immortal because I have both combo and crit rate. And this is really important for my class. I don't care about having a full Horus. I want my gear to have both crit rate and combo. Of course, if I replace that piece of gear by an Horus with only one of these stats, I'm gonna have almost the same damage, in fact. You can try that, I tried that multiple times, but in fact the closer you are to 100% combo and crit rate, the better, because you are going to be more consistent. And so in my opinion, it's better to do that. You can use whatever you want. This is what I'm using. So on all my pieces of gear, I have both combo and crit rate, as you can see, everywhere. But not on that piece of gear, but I have some skill crits and this is still pretty good for me, so I decided to keep that one. I'm using these relics, so I have 10% more crit rate. I deal extra damage every time I cast a skill. I'm using that book to increase my attack over time. That relic, so every time I summon a clone, I deal more damage with the clone. I'm using that relic to increase the duration of disarm. And that one, so my octopus is gonna deal more damage. If you want, you can replace that one by a combo one. And these are my souls. I have only 1 immortal, and this is the one for my class, increasing my combo damage, and I have a lot of boss damage as well. So if you wonder how do I get that much damage on bosses, this is mostly because I have that immortal soul. I have a red HP one, a red attack, a red defense, red basic attack, red crit damage, a yellow counter, but I don't care about that for my class, and a red crit resistance, and I'm trying to balance every level. If you want to have some immortals today, the only way is to get some red soul selection too, that you can get only on some specific events if you spend. And so I decided to spend only 1 time, so I have only 1 immortal soul for now. And for the others, I bought some in the family brawl. You can buy 1 Red Soul Selection 1 for 10,000 medals, and you can get the basic stats that you can summon in the Soul Prayer. Then let's have a look to my mounts. I reached the tier 7, and so I had a ton of HP, attack, and defense increase. These are my empowerments, level 21, 16, and 19. I have 10% more global defense thanks to that one, 10% global HP thanks to that one, 40% crit damage increase thanks to that one, and a 10% global attack thanks to that one. And I'm using that one, so I have a 10% more skill crit rate, and after every skill crit, I have a 20% more attack for 5 seconds. And I decided to go first with the Cloud Drifter because I thought that it would be the best one to have for every class, and I still think that today, but it's way easier to get the Pyre Breaker because it costs only 10 Skyrad pass, and if you are an Archer class, then you are still gonna have a great damage increase thanks to that one. First of all, the Ignore Evasion, and then the crit rate and crit damage increase over time. So one more time, the more the crit rate and the crit damage you have on your account, the better if you are using the Pyre Breaker. And as well, I'm a big spender, so it was maybe easier for me to acquire the Cloud Drifter, so maybe it's better to concentrate on acquiring the Pyre Breaker as fast as possible. I'm trying to balance the level of my mounts in the parking wars, and so I optimized my stats increase. So that one is level 21, 29, 29, 27, 27, 31, 20, 25, 20, 21, 21, and 23. My artifact is currently level 35. I'm using these Runestones, 4 pieces for the extra global combo. So these are the stats I have, thanks to the Runestones. I'm using some orange and some red, even if I have better, to complete my set and to have better stats at the end. And I have only one artifact, but this is the best you have in the game because sometimes you can have 2 clones at once using that artifact. And I have 10% global HP thanks to that. Then for my back decorations, I upgraded every feather to level 51. And then I'm gonna focus on my attack from 51 to 61, then that one from 51 to 61, and same command for the last one. The fact is that when you upgrade one feather to level 50 to 51, the increase you're gonna have is gonna be huge. It's gonna be the same between 40, 41, 50, 51, 60, 61, and so I'm focusing on that. And then I am jumping on another one. This is really important to upgrade them in that way. For my talents, I upgraded that. I tried to unlock the combo damage first, as fast as I could, and now I'm gonna focus on the level 10 everywhere until I can unlock that one. I have one paid back decoration, I got it twice, so I have 18% ignore evasion. I'm gonna have more defense over time in a battle, and more attack as well. Now time to have a look to the skills I'm using. I'm using that almost everywhere. The clone is the best skill you have in the game. He has 2 different roles. First one, he is gonna increase the damage you are gonna deal by a ton. And the second one, he's gonna tank some damage for you at the beginning of the wave until he dies. Then I'm using the smoke bomb. This is the best way to increase the damage you are gonna deal to the opponent. In fact, it's increasing all the damage taken by the target by 30%. Then I'm gonna use that skill to be immune to every kind of damage for 3 seconds. I'm still using the disarm to control enemies, and so they can't deal damage to me. And that one works versus bosses, so it's pretty strong. And finally, the Worldly Snare to increase my crit rate and crit damage. If you don't have a high amount of crit rate, it's useless to use that skill in fact. The more the crit rate you have, the more the crit damage you are gonna have for 5 seconds, so then it's great to use that if you have a high amount of crit rate. For PvP, I'm using that. For the Abyss, I'm using that. For Grumpy Big Head, I'm using something different. Because you can't disarm the boss and you can't be immune to damage. So I'm trying to get as much damage as I can. Because we are dying in seconds. Even if you have the shield or the heal, you are dying in a few seconds. So the more the damage I can have, the better in my opinion. For the pals, I'm using these. The Octopus to have more combo damage. The Dragon to have more skill crit rate and basic attack crit damage. That one to increase my crit rate and to be a bit annoying in PvP. But I would love to have the Eggplant instead. I would have a 5% more crit rate if I had the Eggplant. The Red Banana, of course, this is the best one to have for my class, and that one to have more crit damage, because I have a lot of crit rate. And in fact, I'm using the same pals almost everywhere. I'm just changing one for Grumpy Big Head. I'm using the Deer instead of the 5 extra crit rate because I need to survive a bit longer and it helps to use the Deer. At the Prayer Statue, this is what I'm using currently. In my zone, I'm currently top 5 in the campaign. My family sometimes reach the top 2, and in PvP generally I end the season in top 10. In the mine, I'm currently at 12,000 meters. In the tech park, I have these level 10 and I'm focusing on the last ones. This is my Manor and I'm currently saving these for the next Prayer Rush event because in the parking wars I am saving some parking coins to prepare for the Prayer Rush event and buy these. With that we are gonna get a ton of extra fruits. I bought these 3 gates to have 5% more parking coins, 3% more and 5% more adventure rewards. I bought no scene, 2 different fence to have more parking coins and more adventure rewards, and the street lamps I bought 3 to have 5% more coins, 5% more remodel points, and 3% more adventure rewards. And so today I have these bonuses. In the dormitory, this is what I get when I'm online and when I'm offline. I have 5 retainers and I'm currently top 5. In the abyss, this is the score I can get. And I get double the damage thanks to the second clone, thanks to that artifact. In the blazing cave, this is my score. And one more time, this is thanks to the Eye of Raven artifact. My lamp is gonna be level 26 soon, and I'm saving my current lamps. And something really important about your lamp, once you reach the level 28, you are gonna unlock another rarity if it's available. Because it doesn't exist yet, but it's gonna come soon. I am focusing on the level of my lamp only. And I want to be one of the first players to unlock the next quality and to have more drop rates to upgrade my gear the way I want. This is really important to me. So that was all for the video. Let me know what you think about all of these in the comment below. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Have a nice day and see you in the next one. Bye bye.